I am Rafia, and today we are going to study and know more about one of the newly launched feature of advanced server, which is parallelism. We are going to talk about just one component of it, and that is parallel sequence scan. Let's have a look what are the tables stored in this particular database. There are quite a few. I am interested in this particular table, movies. Okay, so it has different types of columns. It has 7 columns in total. Time to fire some queries. Let's have a look at how many rows are there in total in this particular table. Okay, that's quite a lot. Do you want to have a look at what is the query plan for this particular query we fired? Let's just have a look. Here it is. Okay, so there is something new in this parallel sequence scan, a topic of the day, and there were 2 workers launched for this particular process for parallel scanning of the table movies. Why just 2? Can we increase it? Yes, you can. What is the parameter to do that? Here it is, max parallel workers per gather. Currently it is set to 2. We can set it to something greater than this. Let's say set it to 6. Please note that this is dependent as a limit on one another parameter, which is max worker processes. Max worker processes is the upper limit for max parallel workers per gather. So in case you want to increase it to more than 8, you have to increase max worker processes to something greater than 8, and then you have to restart your server and fire your query. For now, we can fire our query and see if there is any performance improvement with these additional workers. Yes, there is. There is 85 milliseconds it is taking to complete. Before it was taking 115 milliseconds. That is great. Parallelism improves performance of the queries. Okay, let's experiment something more. Let's fire some more queries on this. Okay, here it is, next query, but with the no parallel sequence scan here. Okay. Can we force parallel sequence scan on this particular query? Yes, we can. There are 2 parameters for doing this. One is parallel setup cost. Next is parallel tuple cost. We can lower their value to force parallelism. So right now we are going to force parallelism for our query. So we'll increase it to something 10. For parallel tuple cost also we are going to do same. Let's say 0.001. Okay, now let's try if parallelism gets selected for our query. Yes, it did. 6 workers in action. Mission accomplished. But are we getting an improvement in performance? Not at all. It's the opposite. We are worsening the performance. Now it is taking some 600 milliseconds. Previously it was just taking some 200 milliseconds. So this shows that we need to be careful when forcing parallelism. It is not good for all the queries. You know, the more the merrier, and too many cooks spoil the broth. Both can happen. So what we learned today about parallel sequence scan is that it can help queries in improving performance, but it can also affect queries by worsening their performance, so we should be careful. To controlling the number of workers launched for one parallel node, we can alter the value of max parallel workers per gather. In order to force parallelism for some particular query for experimentation purposes, we can lower the value of these parameters, parallel tuple cost and parallel setup cost. There is one another parameter for controlling parallelism, which is min parallel relation size. It says what should be the minimum size of a relation for parallelism to be used, which is by default 8 MB. In case you want it to be used for smaller tables of size, let's say 4 MB, you can decrease that. We can do this. Or if you think that even 4 MB or 8 MB is a very small size, you want parallelism to be used only when table is like 100 MB, you can do that as well. And in case you just want that every table should be using parallelism no matter what, then you can set it to something zero. In that case, most of the queries will be, most of the tables can use parallelism. So that's all about battle sequence scan for today. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks a lot for your time. Goodbye.